Hi, everybody, and welcome to June's astrology forecast. And it's Sue here, Astrologer Sue, with inspired messages. So, yes, we're already in June. So, we're in the 6th month. It's racing through the year, isn't it? But lovely to see the sunshine and enjoying the warmer weather and the lighter nights. Really, it's so good. What's happening in the heavens? Well, there's lots happening, and I'm sure you know that um, we have the summer solstice on the 21st of June, and that is representing the longest day with the most light at the same time as the sun actually goes into the sign of Cancer. But I'll talk more about that later on in this video. But I'm sure you'll agree that there is lots going on, and quite a few revelations are coming to the surface. So last month, on the 5th of May, the full moon was a lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. And I did say that it was likely to be intense due to Scorpio, because Scorpio is all revealing secrets. And so I did say that it might reveal long held secrets, skeletons in the cupboard, that some people would rather stay hidden. Scorpio could be toxic, and the ruler Pluto wants to unearth anything that is hidden. Eclipses actually last 6 months or more, and that eclipse was very powerful, and it actually indicated the end of a cycle for all of us. If you remember, you can go back and listen to that if you want to. So this last couple of weeks, we've had the Philip Schofield here in the UK, with all the secrets coming up for scrutiny, and also the ITV station and their management, who represent one of the programs that he was on, that was just daytime TV, a morning program called This Morning. And so, that everything is being called into question, the management, the producers, and also his co-presenter, which is Holly Willoughby. So I think there's going to be more coming out about that, because once Pluto starts, it's not going to stop until it's finished, and I think there's probably a lot more to come. And so we also have Boris Johnson being asked to provide WhatsApp messages and other information connected to the fact that he was not following the lockdown rules. And so another investigation is now underway. There are investigations about COVID and mask wearing, all sorts of things are coming up to be investigated. And on top of that, another MP, which this time a Labour MP, is also under scrutiny, as accusations of sexual harassment have been made by several women. So these kind of Pluto revelations are likely to continue, especially as on June the 11th, Pluto is going to move back into the sign of Capricorn till next year, till January. And that's going to finish dismantling the top-down structures and organisations that are no longer relevant, to the new world we're building. We've got to dismantle everything so that we can start anew. We need to clear the decks. And that's what Pluto is actually doing with all this all these revelations. And it's not just here, it's also around the world, and in America as well. So just have to keep watching, because there's going to be more and more of this, which can only be a good thing. We need to clear the decks. So the 4th of June, we have a full moon. That's tomorrow, because I'm doing this actually on the 3rd. So tomorrow we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. And so Sagittarius is all about truth and justice and court cases. So all those kind of things are highlighted. And again, we have plenty of them going on around the world. The media, including TV, world events, and our beliefs are all relevant now. So this is the alternative media, and it's kind of interesting that the BBC are now doing a fact-checking program called Verify. So this is, it's all kind of very relevant and interesting, if you look at the planetary energies. So Mercury, actually the messenger of the gods, is conjunct the planet of freedom, which is Uranus. So this is in this full moon, and Uranus is known for being unpredictable. So this can bring new collective innovative ideas of how we live together, or it could bring more shocks and more sudden information. Actually, Uranus, you've probably heard me say, is known as the awakening, and so we are likely to awaken to more things. Also in this full moon chart, the moon is trying to Mars, which can give you the courage to succeed whatever you're passionate about, and you can fight for what you think is right and just, which is great, because we need as much of that as possible. We need to fight for freedom, we need to fight for what's right, and we need to fight for the truth. So you could do a full moon ritual, and I have talked about that before. Basically, find yourself a nice corner, be it on your own. Maybe set the stage with some music. Do a meditation. Write a list of what you don't want anymore in your life, and then see it all going and evaporating. And that's really good to do on a full moon. So that would be tomorrow night. And if you see the moon, that's even better. But if you don't see the moon, if it's cloudy, well, that's how it is. It's still there, and the energy's still there. So the next day, on the 5th, Venus will be opposite Pluto. So this can lead to, kind of intensity in relationships, especially with your nearest and dearest. There can be jealousy and possessive behaviour. If this is happening, don't get dragged into the drama. Realise that it will go, it's not going to hang around, that energy, and just back off and go and find a nice quiet space and put some nice music on. On the 6th, actually, Venus moves into Leo, and due to it going retrograde, it's going to be there till the 8th of October, so a long time. So Venus here in Leo is very self-confident, is very warm, generous of spirit, artistic. So, that's really lovely to have this over the next several months. So using this energy to create something lovely, being warm and generous, giving, should be easy to do, and it should also give you, a lot of confidence. So on the 9th, Mercury is going to be sextile to Neptune. So this is a sextile, so it's a nice aspect, and this can bring spiritual experiences. Dreams can be important. So if you do get some dreams around the 9th, write them down, and try and find out what the dreams mean for you, because they might have a message. It's also lovely for relaxing, watching a movie or listening to music. And actually, your intuition should be working well, and you could pick up information. And that could be through meditation or synchronicity. Something could happen and you could be led to something. So be aware of all, that kind of good energy. Listen to your heart, listen to your gut. And it's really a good aspect for visualizing the kind of world we want to live in. And if we all did that, then it would happen, because we're all energy. And if we were all visualizing on the 9th, and saying what a wonderful world we live in, then that is what we're going to get. So think about that. And then on the 11th, Venus is going to square Jupiter. So a square is more of a challenge. Venus and Jupiter together can go over the top. and you could want lots of sugary things. Venus rules sugar, and squaring Jupiter means that you could, want want to have too many sweets, or drink too much or whatever, but don't go over the top. And if you're a Sagittarian, or you've got strong Jupiter in your chart, you've got Sagittarius moon or Sag rising, this is more likely to happen if you've got that strong Sagittarius in your chart. Don't take on too much. It's a good day for having fun, really, but not for working. It's a good day actually for meeting new people. So make the most of the good energy of Venus square Jupiter. And on the 11th, Pluto moves back into Capricorn. I mentioned it earlier, until January 2024, where it will continue to seek out and destroy corruption. So the next 6 months, lots of things are going to come up. Don't be shocked. Realize that it's meant to be happening. It's meant to be, as I say, clearing the decks so we can have something new. And on the 12th, Mercury, this planet of communication, moves actually into its own sign of Gemini, but it will move very quickly, and it will be moving into Cancer on the 27th of June. But during from the 12th to the 27th, it's really good for communicating. If you want to write something, if you want to tell somebody something, if you want to do a project, which includes like writing or a presentation of some kind, all really good. So lots of communication between the 12th and the 27th. Lots of ideas, lots of busy travel plans, here and there, darting here and there. And then on the 15th, Mercury is going to square Saturn. So that's good if you want, if you've got to study or do any mental work. You may feel blocked because it's a square, or have negative or gloomy thoughts. If that's happening, just, try and change that energy. Watch out for misunderstandings, watch out that people are not misunderstanding what you say. Pay attention to detail, and take your time with important decisions, and make sure you're asking the right people for help and advice if you need to. Now, on the 17th, Mercury sextile Venus, which is a great transit for having fun again, socializing, relaxing with friends and your partner. And it's also good for doing business, actually, and asking for a favor. And it's also a good time, if you need to make friends again with somebody. So mending broken bridges is really good under that. Then on the 18th, we have a new moon in the sign of Gemini, obviously the sign of the twins, communication, short journeys, your neighborhood, brothers and sisters, writing, speaking, etc. This is all in the mix. So look at how you communicate. Do you need to improve how you communicate? Who do you need to get in touch with, maybe? So the new moon, is always time for new goals. So again, you could do a new moon ritual. So write down all the things that you want to do in the next 28 days, sit in the moonlight, set the stage, and just write down what you want, think about what you want, and then do a meditation on it, and then just wait, for the goals to appear, to materialize. And that new moon is square Neptune in that chart. So you could be confused or disillusioned about the direction you're taking. So it'd be really good to write down some, things that you do know what you want under this new moon. Mercury, obviously the ruler of this new moon, is square to Saturn, which may cause a mental block. And we still have the Mercury sextile Venus transit from yesterday, from the day before, from the 17th. And that brings compromise, fun, and charm. So on the 21st, we have the summer solstice, and obviously it marks the longest day with the most light. It's opposite to the shortest day, which we have on the 21st of December. And so, this is, for me, I love I'm sure most people do, love the summer solstice. At the same time as we have the summer solstice, the sun moves into the sign of Cancer, and that brings caring, mothering energy. We have Venus conjunct Mars in creative, fiery Leo, which also promises lots of potential to create something special. And then Mars gives us the energy to drive it forward. Also, Mercury is sextile Mars, which can be applied really to multitasking with lots of mental energy. And if you get it right and you're confident in getting your point across, you can actually win people over to your way of thinking, which actually is very useful. So this is all in the solstice chart, and the solstice chart, the trends go on for the 6 months until we have the winter solstice. Actually, also Jupiter is sextile Saturn, hopefully bringing justice onto the scene. Important knowledge comes via Jupiter, wisdom maybe, and also maybe opportunities to grow something that means maybe something grand, using the groups that are forming everywhere around the world. And the solstice chart, as I say, shows the trends for the months ahead. The sun moving into the sign of Cancer, which is a cardinal water sign, and Cancerians love to look after their children and family, and their home is important to them. And they can be creative, and they love to support those they love, and they're known to be emotional, and especially around the full moon. So the first half of the year for Cancerians has been very intense. And the second half of the year should be more social, and you could reap the benefits from those that you meet with influence. So I think the second half of the year for Cancer or Cancerians is going to be better than the first. So then we move to the 25th. So Mercury is square Neptune on the 25th. So this is a square. Neptune can deceive us. So watch out, don't take everything as read. Don't take, check everything out, because you could be deceived in some way, or your thinking is distorted, or you could be confused. There can be misunderstandings. So leave it till the 26th if you have important decisions to make. So on the 26th, Mars will square Uranus, and obviously Mars and Uranus together in a square, that can cause accidents. So if you're in the car, I think, driving out your drive, make sure that you're not about to hit the post, as you come out the drive. It could be that you're driving, you're late for something, and you're rushing about. So watch out for that. Watch out for accidents. And this is actually a great transit for fighting for freedom, because Uranus obviously is about freedom. But this is the pioneer energy in searching for new ways of doing things, but you can act rashly, which can result in conflict from those around you. On the other hand, this energy can help you as you have, maybe an aha moment where you can suddenly see a solution to a problem that's been around for a while. So it's important to be aware of this energy and use it in its positive form. On the 28th, the sun is going to trine Saturn, and it's a trine, so it's a nicer energy. This brings achievement, recognition, maybe for the work that you've put in. You'll concentrate on achieving your long-term goals. You can do on that particular transit. It's easier actually to reach your goals because the people around you understand where you're coming from. Relationships with men should be good on the whole, because Saturn is a very kind of manly, Saturnian, strong energy. Valuable guidance can come from people who are older, because Saturn rules the older, more experienced person. So look out for that. You may take on more responsibility, because again, Saturn is responsibility, but you won't mind taking on that responsibility. It'll feel that, you expected it, and you'll feel good about it. Promotion at work is another possibility. Whether it's an achievement or more recognition, you can leave this transit really with satisfaction, feeling more contented, and maybe feeling good about yourself, like having a higher self-esteem. And it's also really good to help younger people under this transit, and others will look up to you for your knowledge. And especially if you're older, you'll be looked upon as somebody who has some wisdom. On the 30th, Mercury is going to trine Saturn, and again, this gives good concentration, attention to detail. You would get things done neatly, without mistakes, and on time. So this is a really good transit for sustained mental work, like study, exams, or putting a plan together, or making important decisions. And serious discussions, negotiations, and business dealings are very good under a Mercury trine Saturn transit. It's a really good time to make long-term plans, sign contracts, especially for real estate and shares. And you can also be confident about making commitments to others at this time. And whatever you put your mind to should lead to permanent results and achievements. New friendships and partnerships should be lasting and dependable. And you can take care of family members, under this. Maybe you write a will, or you take out some insurance, but you can come across with more authority and gain the respect of others. So that's on the 30th. So the cards this month, the cards I've got quite interesting, I thought. The first card that I got, which was in the soul position, was the Justice card. Can you see that? And this card is connected to the cosmos, actually. And it suggests that we are connected to the higher realms. This is about the restoration of balance, and about it being important to not only this planet, but the cosmos as well. And that's because we're all one energy, and it upset the earth, and you upset the whole of creation. Justice will be done, and people will have to face justice when the time comes. And this is in the soul position. So that's what the soul wants. And we could say that the soul of the world wants that. We want to get rid of the corruption, and we want, to have some harmony, love and harmony and justice. So that's quite interesting. And in the mission position, that's the mission that we have. We have the Pope, which is, I don't know whether you can see that. You never know whether I'm pointing it in the right direction. So the Pope is the mediator, and he uses non-violent communication, again, teaching wisdom, spreading knowledge. So this is what we should be doing. This is our mission, is to be a mediator, to use non-violent communication, to teach wisdom, to spread knowledge, to bring people together. This is about freedom and the spiritual breath direct from heaven. This is about helping people see the bigger picture and opening the way to do things differently, passing on knowledge and understanding to a new generation. As I said, this is our mission. This is what we should be doing. Now, if you feel that's a big ask, you only have to do one little thing, and that reverberates. When you throw a stone in the water, it reverberates. So, whatever you can do, you know, to make the world a better place. That's what that card's about. That's what we should be doing. So in the gift position, which it means this is a gift that we've been given, we have the Chariot. And we often have the Chariot in these spreads. And obviously the Chariot, it brings victory and the ability to stay on course, mastering the mind and the emotions. It's ambitious, single-minded, and focused on the outcome. So this is our gift, which I really like that card. So if it was in a bad position, it would be about stagnation. So this is the opposite. It's go, go, go. So this is about moving forward, and having the results that we intend to have. So in the healing position, we've got the moon. So it's interesting that we got the moon, because we've got the full moon tomorrow, and then we've got on the 18th we've got the new moon, and so to have the moon, it kind of represents, I think, the full and the new moon for June. I think because it's in the healing position, this is about healing us. It represents the feminine energy, which the elite are trying to eliminate. And, you know, I heard somebody yesterday say, you know, thousands and thousands of years ago, women were revered. And then, you know, it was, you know, we were kind of taken out of the equation. And, you know, we've struggled hard to kind of get equal pay and equal this and equal that. And so I think this is very much connected to us standing up and being counted, I think, because we need the feminine energy. We've got too much yang energy, which is warlike energy, and we need the feminine energy to bring back the balance. This card is concerned with all the events of the planet and the cosmos. We've got obviously the moon in there, which is connected to the cosmos, also linked to the unconscious. The energy connects to the universal mother and the family unit, and obviously the the sun is moving into Cancer on the 21st of June. So again, this card is very connected to the sign of Cancer. The energy is all-knowing, psychic, it's creative, with great imagination. And it's so important that we maintain this energy, for our future depends on it, actually. We're not robots, and we will not be turned into a machine with no emotions. So the last card is the Lovers, and we have had that before. And it also rules, I think, the sign of Gemini, because it's two people. It also rules decisions. It might mean which side are you on? I don't know. It's yin and yang again, is two things. But this card, being connected to the Lovers, indicates that love and emotions are the key to the human race surviving, which we will. We will. It is important that we experience love on all levels. And obviously the love we feel for a child is different to the love we feel for a partner, to the love we feel for ourselves. Unconditional love is very important. And without love, nothing moves, life stands still. There is no love actually without freedom, and the freedom to be ourselves. So that's really important card to have. And that is the outcome. That was the outcome of the spread. Okay. So that, I think, is very important. So the affirmation, hand on heart, to say is: we live in a wonderful, peaceful, abundant world. We live in a wonderful, peaceful, abundant world. So say this every morning, and the more we say it, the more it will happen. So if you want to contact me for any reason, please contact me via my website, my contact page, which is astrologersue.com. And I do send out a newsletter with this video, and I put lots of links in there for people to look at, video links, information about health and different things. And so if you'd like that, please get in touch. If you want a reading, I do 12-month forecasts, or I do birth chart readings. And you have 2 40-minute sessions on Zoom. And so please get in touch with me if you want to talk about that. In the meantime, have a great June. Enjoy the summer solstice. And if you're going away, enjoy some time relaxing, because you've got some really good transits that are about being having lovely time with your family and everything. So have a great month, and I'll see you in July. So bye for now. Bye bye.